Yes, I did check. And today I'm going to talk to you a bit about knitting, a tiny bit about sewing, because I did I did sew a bit this past week. Not something fancy, but with the weather getting cooler and everything, I really wanted something warm and cozy. And I already had the fabric, I had the pattern, everything figured out. I just needed to actually do it. Which includes doing the thing I dislike the most about sewing, which is tracing the pattern. Now, if I could avoid that, I'd probably do more sewing. Yeah. I should say that yes, it is kind of on the cool side, and I usually wear less clothes than people around me, but not to this extreme. The reason I'm wearing this is because I took off the top I was wearing. And that is to show you what I've been sewing. So, let's do this. I made myself a sweatshirt with a gold pineapple print. And it's warm and cozy and oversized and yeah, really, really nice. With full length sleeves that the one time before today that I worn it, I keep pushing up, so there's no reason to make full length sleeves. But I thought, well, it's a sweatshirt, it's a heavy fabric, so it didn't really make sense for me to make it out of or make a heavyweight jumper and making shorter sleeves. This way I can just push them up, because they do have the ribbing, so they stay put. The pattern is Grainline Studio Linton sweater, and I did view A, as you can see. I did shorten the sleeves, because in my size, which is the biggest size, because this isn't, it only goes up to a US size 18, so I did the biggest size. And the sleeves in my size, before I put the cuff on, were like even longer than they are now with the cuff. So it's way past my thumb actually. Yeah. I don't like really long sleeves. I don't like long sleeves, so I really don't like really long sleeves. But yeah, nice, warm, fun print. The fabric I got from meter.dk, which is a Danish fabric shop that has both an online and a brick and mortar presence. There we go, much nicer. And the fabric is Mori, I think, which I just butchered, sorry about that. They do have it in a lighter knit fabric as well, which I'm considering maybe getting some in a different color to make view B here. And I do apologize about my nails. Well, one of my nails really needs to be redone. I'm going to a wedding this week, so I can't be bothered doing it now, just need to get it off. But yeah, I might get, actually, as I said, I'm going to a wedding. The wedding is in London. You might be saying, hey, hang on, didn't you go to London a month ago? I did, because my planning is that excellent. But I'm going again. I'm leaving Wednesday. The wedding is Thursday, and I get back this weekend. I might be, next week's recording might be a day late, a day or two. I don't know yet. Depends on how things go. But while I'm in London, I might check out a fabric store and see if I can maybe get some other heavy knit fabric, because the pattern for this is really simple. It's a beginner pattern. You have a front piece, a back piece, 2 sleeve pieces and the cuffs. That's it. So I can see myself, I like this, I can see myself doing more of view A, and I might do a view B in a lighter knit fabric. I don't know, the short sleeves to me don't really scream autumn. But yeah, maybe. We shall see. Anyway, sewing. And that's all the sewing I did. I do have another FO. I'm not going to put it on because it's still wet. This is the still very wet for the cables hat. It's a free Ravelry download. No, I don't think it's a Ravelry download. I think you have to go to the website. Anyway, it's a free pattern. Heavy on the cables, which I absolutely love. And the yarn is Malabrigo in the colorway that Malabrigo insists is calling Bobby Blue. I think it's a Fia Blue. And now Charlotte, who is this lazy lady online, claims that it's a Charlotte Blue. I don't agree. For obvious reasons, because hello, it's so me, this color. But yeah, it's still, I finished it last night, it's still wet. It's a slouchy hat. I cast on for a small medium size in the slouchy version, and at first I thought it was just a pain to get through, and then I watched a bit of Harry Bikers. Actually, I watched a lot of Harry Bikers, and suddenly I had a hat. So yeah, can't wait for it to get dry so I can wear it. Now, those are my FOs. And I have been working on other things. I forgot to bring something, but I'll show you next week. It's a finished object that I've done in the past that I was going to show you, but I'll bring it next week. Anyway, things I'm working on. I am currently working on this little beauty, which isn't so little anymore. It's not as red as it's coming out on my screen. It is the Sakura pattern, which was a Brooklyn tweed, I think, pattern that's a couple of years old now. When I last showed it to you, I was down here, and so it's grown quite a bit. I was at the end of, well, not the very end of chart A when I last showed it to you, and I've just done the first. Let's see if I can do this without disturbing too much. I've done the first, this right here is the first section of pattern or chart C. There are 4 charts in total, and so I've done 10 rows out of, I think it's 52 rows long, and I'll keep showing it to you upside down. It's a triangular shawl, as I've said previously. I'm not a big fan of triangular spools, but I love this pattern. Did I say that it's the Sakura pattern? If not, it is. And it's really stretchy and bouncy, so I think it'll be a pretty big shawl by the end of it. Unfortunately, the cable on my needle is too short for me to really show you how big it is. But it's lace knitting, you don't really get the full effect until it's blocked, so it wouldn't make much of a difference anyway. But yeah, really enjoy knitting on this. It's not as intuitive because you keep increasing, so it keeps shifting, or the lace keeps shifting. But once you get that initial one going, it's the next couple of rows really work themselves. So yeah, really love it. And the yarn, I have 2 skeins of this. This is the Uncommon Thread in BFL skinny single ply, and it's the Peony colorway. And if you've seen the Peony colorway, you'll know that it's definitely not red, it's very pink. So that's one thing I've been working on. Another thing I've been working on, and which is something you've already seen, is my coal cardigan, which is a pattern by Via Velamaki. Last time I showed it to you, I was still doing the raglan increases, and now I've separated the sleeves and I've worked past the waist decreases, and I'm now just working straight for a bit. And yeah, things really grow when you knit them on size 5 needles. I really like the way the cable stands out against the background. The yarn is Wollmeise DK. It's in the, again, sorry about the lighting. It's, this is closer. It's in the Pitsy Poison number 5, the middle strength or intensity. And this is only my 2nd skein, and as you can see, I've hardly dipped into it. This might be going with me to knit night tonight, because right now it's just back and forth for a couple of centimeters. And I have the, oh sorry about all the noise from the needles. I have the back piece memorized. Actually, you can pretty much tell what you're supposed to be doing on the back cable just by looking at it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I can knit and talk at the same time. Probably can't knit and eat cake at the same time, but I'll sacrifice the knitting when we get to the cake, because there's always cake at midnight. It's so great. You might be thinking, that's it. And you would be right, except that Jorge Locatelli brought out her new collection. It's the basic collection, or no, the favorite collection, sorry. Basic and grey is just the add-on. And I've been lucky enough to test knit 2 patterns for her for this collection. One of which is the one I forgot to bring. I'll show you that next time. And the other is another test. It's such a fail on my part. There's nothing wrong with the pattern at all. But this was supposed to be a finished garment. As you can tell, it's not. This is Granito, which is an oversized jumper, it's a bit reminiscent of Boxy. And this is really where I'm stretching myself with the oversized thing, because still not really comfortable with oversized items. I know I'm wearing one, but it's not that oversized. This won't be as oversized as Hohi suggests in the pattern either, but it's still more than I'm used to. I do see the point in knitting oversized comfy things when we're getting into the fall season, because, well, my instincts at the moment is let's snuggle up and drink hot chocolate and wear all the knitting and just be cozy and warm. And this helps. So yeah. The jumper is a basic no shaping, no nothing a pattern. You have these ridges here at the shoulder and on both the front and the back. And these ridges actually go into, let me see if I can do this in a way you can see. They actually go into a pocket detail down here. Ooh. Sorry about that. And as you can tell, I've just separated out the pockets, cast on, and I'm working the rest of the body. Now this will have sleeves, because, well, a sleeveless top doesn't really scream awesome, does it? I know that it's going into spring where Hohi is, but still, it seems a bit silly really to do an oversized sleeveless top at this point. So there will be sleeves, there'll be ribbing around the collar, or ribbed collar. And there will be some more body. I haven't really worked a ton of it because, well, it was hot, and then doing the podcast and not being able to share you didn't really motivate me all that much. But yeah, I got it out a couple of weeks ago and just started really knitting on it again, in between doing other things. I like to do the whole rotation knitting thing, where you knit a bit on one thing, then you pick up the next thing, knit a bit on that. Unless I get obsessed, and at which point I just knit on whatever I like. One thing that has been one of the things that stopped me knitting on this as much as I'd probably like, is that the yarn gives off fluff that sticks to my hands, and as I found out, my face, and gets in my nose and makes it itch, which means I try to itch my nose and then it get more fluff stuck to my face. The yarn is a merino, it's super soft and it's really lovely, and it'll be lovely to wear. See, now it's happening again. But it does give off fluff. I don't know if it's only when knitting or handling it, or if it'll be when wearing it too. I love the colour, which I can't remember right now. It's a German word, and it's something about a pond, I think. But the yarn is rosy green wool. It's a sport weight. And as I said, really lovely to work with. Really nice to touch and everything. The fluff is getting to me. And that is why it's only been to Knit Night once. Because I came home from Knit Night and found out that I was starting to get a bit pale blue around my nose because I kept itching my nose and I kept getting more fibre around my nose. So yeah, it's been staying at home where I don't have to think about, oh, don't itch because you'll turn blue. Yeah. There's plenty of stuff I can bring to Knit Night, so not a big loss. It's just this is so great Knit Night work because you only have the ridges and everything just knits itself. But we don't like blue fluff all over our faces in public, or I don't. So I think that's it for today. As I said, I'm going to London for the wedding, which I'm really looking forward to. I've known one of the brides for a long time. Almost 15 years, I think? No, that can't be right. I think I've known of her for 15 years. Madness. And she's finally getting married now, something she's wanted for years, and I get to celebrate with her. It'll be great. And if it means that I'll get an entire day to myself in London, I'm not really complaining. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you next time. Bye!